Hey, fearless creators. I'm Demetria, your friendly content strategist, and today we're going to be talking about overcoming the fear of starting your podcast. If you've been dreaming about starting a podcast, but you feel overwhelmed, you feel full of doubts, or even stuck or downright terrified, this video is for you. So let's tackle those fears head on so that we can start to create what's in our hearts. First thing we're going to talk about is something extremely practical, and I mentioned this in another video, but we've got to get down to your gear because the gear that you use is going to help you with your confidence. You don't need anything fancy to get started with podcasting. You just need a simple microphone. So a USB mic will do the trick. You can even start with your smartphone, to be perfectly honest. So you don't have to have all the bells and whistles, but if you have something that can record good quality audio, use that. My tip for you is to use what you have and upgrade later. So when I first started podcasting 20 years ago, I didn't have all the bells and whistles. I didn't even have enough income to run a proper podcast. I bootstrapped and I was really scrappy, and I got together whatever I could use, what was in my hands at my disposal, and that's what I used. So use what you have at your disposal to begin your podcast. As your podcast grows, you can expand and you can start to add new things to help to develop your show even better. But my tip for you is to start where you are. I'm going to put a plug right here really quickly to help you even more with your podcasting boost. And this is something that I run every single year. It's the Fearless Podcast Launch. And this is going to help you get started with launching your very first episode of your first show, or an episode of a show, even if it's not your first show. It's going to get you moving so that you can have strategies in place to get this podcast going within 7 days. It's a challenge. And if you're willing to take me up on that challenge, I have a link to how you can access it below. Here's another quick little secret for you. Quality over quantity matters in podcasting. And also quality matters far more than having the perfect microphone or the perfect piece of equipment. So as long as it sounds good to your audience, they can make out what you're saying, the audio is clear, you're fine. Focus on value over perfection. So that covers the first fear, which is, what if I don't have the right equipment? The second fear is probably going to sound a lot like this one. What if no one listens? That one hit hard, right? It's because our egos are at stake here. And sometimes it's just our self-esteem is at stake, and we're so afraid that we're going to be rejected. Here's the truth. Every single podcaster starts with 0 subscribers. That's how you start. It's not how you end. It's okay to remind yourself that you've got to start somewhere. Initially, it may feel like you're talking to the wall in your room in your house, but you got to start somewhere. I want you to focus on bringing consistency and value to your audience, however that is, however you choose to do that. Use your tone, your voice, your personality, and bring the best of you to that microphone every single time you pull up your chair to the mic and you start recording. Your audience will find you over time. So it may take a couple of episodes before someone finds you and realizes that they like what you bring to the table, and there goes your one sub. There goes your one listen, your one download. The next week you may have 5 downloads. The week after that you may have 20, and then 50, and then 100, and then 500. It starts with 0 and then 1. So be patient, give yourself grace. You can do this. And remember that fear cannot win when you're consistent. Also keep in mind that you're impacting that one life. So if only one person's listening to you, you're helping one person. Wouldn't you help a friend? Right? So rephrase the way you speak about your podcasting efforts and reframe the way you think about what you're doing as a podcaster. Because maybe it's not about reaching the masses, but maybe it's about reaching a few people that you're impacting. Another fear is, I don't know what to say. Well, the reason you're starting a podcast is because hopefully you do have something to say, but you might feel like you'll run out of things to say. So I understand that fear. However, everyone has a story and expertise or something to share. So let's take the word expertise out for a moment and let's think about your story. What is your story? And why are you feeling the need to share that story through a podcast. There's a reason that you want to share your story. It's because you want to help somebody. You want to support someone. Usually podcasters are doing what we do because we have a need to reach the world in some capacity, to make a mark in this world, to make an impact on someone's life. When I say the world, I mean your specific niche audience, the people that are called to you, that are drawn to you. Those who are not drawn to you won't listen, and that's okay. We are only reaching the people that want to hear you. And again, these are people that are going to subscribe to you and will automatically be listening to you every single time you come out with a new episode, because it's on their phone as an RSS feed that automatically updates. So it's syndicated information that you're sharing with an audience that wants to hear from you. It's one of the best ways, I think, to reach an audience's ears and really have their full undivided attention. So I think podcasting is one of the best ways to connect to your audience, besides YouTube videos, of course. But how to solve that problem of not knowing what to say, I want you to start by listing 3 things that you're passionate and knowledgeable about. Then break those 3 things into subtopics. And voila, you've got some episode titles. And I want you to take even that and take it into ChatGPT and flesh out those ideas even more, because you're going to get some awesome ideas just by taking what you already feel passionate about, 2 or 3 things, taking it over to ChatGPT to do a little extra research and see what kind of topics you can get out of that. So believe me, there's always ways you can talk on your podcast about something you're passionate about and not run out of things to say. Podcasting really is just about being real and connecting with your audience. You don't have to be perfect, you just need to be authentic. And the last fear I'm going to share with you is one that a lot of people are afraid of, and this is the fear of judgment. What if people judge me for what I'm saying on my podcast, or how my podcast sounds, or just anything about the podcast? What if I'm getting judged just from the delivery and the way it's promoted? Like, they're going to talk about me, right? The fear of judgment. It's something that I've had to encounter so many times. But you know what? I decided that I wasn't going to allow fear of what people think about me keep me from doing work that I know I want to do and may even feel called to do. And so why would I let someone's judgment and someone's harsh opinion of me and my efforts hold me back from doing what I want to do? Especially when I've done nothing to deserve harsh criticism. And especially when I'm minding my own business and they're doing what they want to do and I'm not criticizing them. So let me do what I want to do. So I don't worry about what people think as much as I used to. Someone out there needs to hear your voice, so keep bringing it and don't let anyone stop you. Someone needs to hear what you have to say. Focus on serving your audience and not listening to your critics. And remember, no one's opinion can stop you unless you allow it. Your story, your perspective, your voice, it's all valid and it's all needed in this world. You are needed. The world needs what you have to offer. So please don't let fear steal that opportunity from someone who's waiting to hear from you. So I have a quick little assignment for you if you haven't started your podcast yet, just to get into the mode of what it can feel like and just to get in the practice of recording. I want you to do something really easy. Write down one topic you're passionate about. Record a 2-minute voice memo on your phone, just talking about it. Just talk about it. And remember, this is very, very low stakes. You're not promoting this to anybody. This is just for you. And number 3, play it back and remind yourself that it's not perfect and it's not supposed to be, but it's a start, right? Imagine what you can do with that once you take it into Audition or whatever software you use to edit, and you chop it up and edit it and bring in your music and send it out to the world. Just imagine. I want you to start thinking about the possibilities here. So my fearless creators, I want you to start taking action. I'm here to support you. I want to help you overcome that fear and face it head on. I'm rooting for you and I can't wait to help you. So check out all of my resources below to help you in your podcasting journey. And I would love it if you would give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more encouragement for content creators like yourself. Talk to you soon.